Hey everyone, it's Ollie Lindley here from One Number, and today I want to walk you through how to build WCAG compliant dashboards. That's the Web Compliance Accessibility Guidelines. Now, if you're familiar with those, you might be working with a government client, a government agency, or something like that, along those lines. A lot of the clients that we've been building dashboards for require us to use these guidelines to do that. We've also worked with a couple of clients recently who have brought us on just to help them take a nice dashboard and bring it up to speed with the WCAG guidelines, but sort of keep the visual wow and the functionality of the dashboard. So it's a fun experiment and thing that we get to do in our jobs. So I wanted to talk you through 5 things that we look for when building these dashboards. The first thing is have an introductory page. Now, my little introductory page is super simple, right? I don't have a lot going on in my dashboard, but this could be anything from an introductory page that has something about the data, something about the project, something about the dashboard. What are the kinds of questions that you're answering or asking? Who's built it? Who should people reach out to with questions? When was the data last updated? Things like that. You could include some basic filters if you wanted to, if they're applying across the whole dashboard. But it doesn't need to be complicated, but an introductory page is a great start to making this accessible and understandable. The second thing is taking a look at our the names of our fields and looking at abbreviations or contractions or jargon that people might not understand. So for instance, we've got something here that says, we've got a field that says SWD. Now, SWD could be anything, I guess. It could be schools with dependents. It could be students with disabilities. It could be, anything else. And if you're not super familiar with the data, perhaps you don't know. So what we'd need to do is double click on that filter name and rename it. So take a look for those, especially with jargon that maybe we don't even pick up. So something like ML population. What exactly is ML? Well, most of us don't know. So you'll notice we've popped in a little information button here to try and bring a little bit more clarity to what's going on. And so you can do that if you want to maintain the jargon or the name of something and you want to explain it, you can pop that in. We've got a video on how to build information buttons, which we'll link below. Then let's take a look at these text table alternatives. Now, a big push for accessibility in our dashboards is for people who are using screen readers. And one thing that screen readers struggle with is trying to interpret complex charts. And that makes sense, right? The screen reader is basically just reading text on the screen. And so it's not really up to like interpretation of complex charts. So something that can be nice is swapping between different chart types. So in this case, the default view is bars. But if you click the drop down and choose text tables, it now defaults to showing all our data in a text table. So in order to do that, we're using dynamic zone visibility, and I built a video on that a little while ago. So that'll walk you through how to swap between 2 worksheets. Long story short, you're basically just saying, build a worksheet with bar charts, build a worksheet with text tables, and then swap between them. Then alt text is also for screen readers. Alt text is basically like an underlying text value for every single element in the dashboard, and you can add it and change it as you go. So you do that by clicking any worksheet, click the drop down, go to accessibility, and you'll see there'll be an auto-generated alt text here. This is not clear because it's just describing the fields pretty much. It'll be much better to understand, to ask a question, right? What exactly do you want people to know? What were the different risk profiles by student count for students of different race? Or you could explain the fields in the chart, something like that, just so that people know what's going on and the screen reader can pick it up. Then pop-up warning messages are really useful. So we would do something like this, right? I want to see Cedar Creek, Discovery, and Evergreen Elementary Schools. I click apply, that all looks good. Then I go to my school type dropdown and I choose high schools. Now there's a please make valid filter selection warning that pops up. Eric made a video about this a couple of weeks ago, so we'll link that below. But this is really useful, especially for people who are not particularly familiar with the data or particularly familiar with how Tableau works. This just helps them know the reason you're seeing nothing is because we haven't made a valid filter selection. So we'll walk you through how to do that in the link below, but it's really, really helpful. The final one is just one that I wanted to call out. It's on color contrast. And the way this works is this is a free download from tpig.com. This is called the Color Contrast Analyzer. And basically, it's just a free app. And you would pick different colors, right? So you'd say, oh, my foreground color, this would be like my text color, would be this one. Let's get that. And then our background color is that. And cool, that is compliant. But if we go through our dashboard and we find the various values that we're looking at, the different color values, then we might see something's not compliant. And so we can change those colors as we go, which I think is a nice little touch. I know that this is an art, not a science. Taking your dashboard from a cool dashboard that you've built, you're happy with, it's functioning well, and now you're trying to get it WCAG compliant can be tricky. So if you want some help, please do reach out to us. We do this all the time and we'd love to help you. You can book an office hour with me or with Eric down below. And then finally, if you want to just update your Tableau skills, take them from wherever you are to another level, come and join us for our Tableau classes. We've got a whole bunch coming up this winter, and we've got a training passport, which means you can access all our classes for 50% off, and you get a free office hour with either me or Eric. So we'd love to work with you and help you in your Tableau journey. If you have any questions, pop them down below. We'd love to get back to you. Otherwise, keep well.